So if you're wondering why so many Western leaders suddenly are vilifying their own populations, people they were supposed to represent, this is why. Find an enemy, create a crisis, stay in power forever. It's the oldest recipe for tyranny that there is. If we don't recognize it in our own age, it's only because nothing like this was supposed to happen in a democracy. But it is happening, most clearly in Canada. Last week, Justin Trudeau used a peaceful trucker strike to declare martial law. Trudeau seized control of the police. He shut down opposition media coverage. He declared himself the final arbiter of all financial transactions in the nation of Canada. These are dictatorial powers, but they were necessary, Trudeau explained, because this was an emergency. White supremacists and other sedition-minded forces backed by foreign saboteurs, sound familiar, threatened the very existence of Canada. The truckers were effectively an invading army. Well, over the weekend, Trudeau defeated that army. They were unarmed. He is not. Trudeau cleared the trucker strike by force. Yet his emergency powers remained. Today, Justin Trudeau explained that he will remain in full control of Canada indefinitely, and that's essential, he said, to keep Canada safe. But the video tells a very different story. In fact, it's Trudeau's crackdown on human rights that has put Canadians in danger. Watch Trudeau's forces tell this woman that she's no longer allowed to record what happens in her own city.
I just want to get a coffee, okay?
Why is the camera in my face right now? Are you here partaking?
You walk
right
up
now,
to
you're
me.
in the red zone?
I'm scared. I want to go for a coffee down there.
Okay. See, we'll be patrolling all day. We see you again, it'll be different.
Leave. I tell you, take your camera and get out of here. Do you understand that?
I'm walking away.
Walk away. Your phone doesn't need to be in our face when you're walking away. Go.
I just want a cup of coffee. Get out of here. Multiply what you just saw by an entire country, and that's Canada tonight. There's no longer any pretext that this is about the COVID pandemic. No one in Trudeau's government is trying to protect Canadians from anything, much less a virus. This is political repression. If you doubt that, consider what happened to a place called the Ionic Cafe. That's a coffee shop in downtown Ottawa. On Sunday, riot police tried to break into the cafe and shut it down. Why? Because the proprietors had dared to serve coffee to the truckers during the protest. Under Justin Trudeau, that is now a crime. A man called Enrico, who works at the cafe, said he saw Trudeau's forces mistreat a civilian on the sidewalk, possibly like the mistreatment you just saw. When he told them to back off, hey, this is Canada, they turned on him.
Okay, share this out, you guys. Get it out everywhere. Now, get it out. They're saying they're going to break the window. They already walked around back, you guys, so.
I know they can't get in because they're breaking in and then they'll have to say that thing so they can't.
Here's your tax service. Here's your taxes at play, everyone. Welcome to absolute tyranny.
So that kind of thing is happening all over the capital city of Canada. The virus is in retreat, but there's a new crisis, and that crisis is disobedience. Last week, we showed you the footage of Trudeau's forces trampling a woman with horses. Now, internal texts show the officers who rode those horses celebrated what they did. Quote, "Just watch that horse video. That is awesome," said one officer. Awesome. An elderly woman being trampled by a horse. The Canadian government has confirmed that those texts are real. But none of the supposedly progressive politicians in Canada care in the least. No one on the Canadian left, or the American left for that matter, has condemned any of this or any other grotesque violation of human rights in Canada. State media aren't even reporting that it's happening. But it is happening. Over the weekend, this show obtained footage of a particularly brutal beating in Ottawa during the crackdown. Watch as the man in the orange jacket is kneed repeatedly by Trudeau's men.
You can hear the noises of people getting shoved around outside, being arrested. Man being kneed there. It's terrible.
Kneeing him again and again and again. He wasn't resisting. And the man who shot that footage is called David Paisley. He runs a website called shedmedia.ca. Police have arrested Paisley and seized the camera equipment he used to shoot that $5,000 worth. Now, we thought that video was remarkable, so we alerted several Canadian media outlets over the weekend, including CBC and CTV, to this footage. We gave them David Paisley's contact information, news organization to news organization. But none of them reported on it. So we looked into it ourselves. Several protesters who were there said that a trucker in an orange jacket called Chaba Vizzi was attacked by police officers during the crackdown. We reached Chaba Vizzi, and he confirmed it and provided this footage. It shows him exiting his cab calmly, kneeling down in front of his truck, and clasping his hands behind his head. Watch.
I'm proud you're here.
Oh, c'est dur, hein?
I don't speak French.
It's very hard. But you don't lose.
No, I'm not.
Second battle.
As soon as they let me out, I'll be back. I'm going down. I'm going down on my knee, hands behind my back.
Okay.
I'm so ready.
Because
I know. I'm peacefully protesting.
So the man surrenders on camera, and then he's kneed repeatedly into submission. Now, we'd love to show you more footage, but it turns out none of Justin Trudeau's men was wearing a body camera at the time. That's pretty weird. No one in Canadian state media cares to follow up on that story, and so they're not. They don't care either.